Peace, peace, peace. Welcome to another episode of the Parry where we don't pull, duck no punches. And the parry is fundamental to boxing. I'm your brother Bomani G.
And the pragmatic Blak.
And we all back with another episode. I see you out and about, out in the world, you know what I'm saying, with your Manual Stewart trainer cap on, you know what I'm saying? Looking like an old school trainer.
I am an old school trainer. I'm an old school trainer, old school scrapper. I'm an old school scrapper. You heard?
We here to review our recently released video, the top 10 heavyweights of all time. And
Part one.
we got a part one. Excuse
Yeah,
me.
because we only
We
dropped the first five. The next five drops tomorrow. So we're gonna
we
talk
dropping that
about
tomorrow.
we're gonna drop that tomorrow.
Oh, all right. All right. Thanks for telling me.
So we drop that either,
Yeah,
either
man.
tomorrow or Wednesday. Tomorrow or Wednesday.
Nah, it's all
I
good,
mean
man.
tomorrow
People
is
seem to
Wednesday, so either tomorrow or Thursday.
we definitely got some good responses from the video, from that, and also the other series we started, the legendary profiles from the Parry. Like we dropping some fire content for the people, man. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my man Jizzle. I see you. You know what I'm saying? Peace to the God. Yeah, you know, uh, we got some fire content for the people, man. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna say this, man. First of all, Blak, shout out to you, brother. You did an excellent job on the top 10 heavyweights of all time video, part 1 and 2. You know what I'm saying? Um, I was just, I might, before we even put it out, I might have watched it like 6, 7 times before we even put it out. You know what I mean? I dropped my little seasoning. You know what I'm saying? At the beginning, at the end. You know what I'm saying? So so I'm gonna give myself a little pat on the back, but the bulk of that work was done by yourself. You know what I'm saying? Definitely appreciate you uh putting together some fire content for the people, man. But before we even get into the list, um, what what brought about on it? First of all, how did you compile the list? I mean, I know we had our own
I'm about to say
dialogue, but
we compiled the list
yeah,
if you want
yeah,
to get
yeah. But
technical. I compiled the list.
let the people know how the list came about, and some people felt like certain people should have been other places in the list, but particularly only we only went through 10 down to 6.
Mm-hmm.
People felt like certain fighters was ranked too low and should have been in another place on the
I'm
list, and this,
guessing.
that,
I'm
and the
guessing
third.
Mike Tyson was maybe too low. I'm guessing maybe. I'm guessing what he was too low maybe, and what who was too high maybe. I don't know. You know.
But
Um.
how did you? Talk about the list. No, actually, talk about the you know what made you want to do this video? What made you want to compile this list in the first place?
Well, I feel like we have to, as a platform, we have to pretty much solidify our position and where we stand at as far as amongst other platforms. And I feel like we have every bit of authority to produce our own list from our own personal experience, because our experience, you know, doesn't just go from sitting on couches and watching the sport. You know, we both been inside of actual boxing gyms. We both stepped inside of actual boxing rings, put on gloves. You even trained other boxers and whatnot and been a corner man in fights of that nature. And you've even been in combat sports as well. So I feel like there's a qualification for us to speak on it. And I feel like, when we put together the list, I looked at the list and I thought about it, and it was just like, as a fan, certain things I didn't like about the list. As a fan of certain people, but as being realistic and being pragmatic, it just is what it is, man. I had to be like I can't get into the top five right now, but that's gonna be the next discussion. But it's one of them things where, Mike Tyson is my favorite fighter ever. You understand what I'm saying? Mike Tyson is my favorite. So I'm real quick before you even go too much into that, I just want to say, any true Mike Tyson fan, right? Here's two things about us, man. We love Mike Tyson, and we always hated Evander Holyfield. You're not a true Tyson fan if you didn't hate Holyfield. I'm just gonna keep it real. You can't be like, oh yeah, I like both of them. You was a fan, you wasn't true. You wasn't true blue. You know what I'm saying? I'm just keeping it a bean. So, but so with that being said, it was hard for me to put Tyson at 10. But to be honest with you, like some people, you got people who are just complete in their mind of being an expert who might feel Tyson don't even belong in the top 10. Because now let's start to look at the list now. Number 10 was Mike Tyson. Why Mike Tyson so low on the list? Why is he on the list? First of all, why is he on
But
the list?
before
And I gotta say why
we
he's on
gonna
the
get to
list
that.
first.
Yeah, we hold on. We gonna get into that. We gonna get into that. I just want to deal with the process about how we compiled the list. How we got here. But we about to get into Mike right now. But before we do that, I just want to remind what I'm saying, the viewers and the supporters to please jab that like button, uppercut that subscribe button, and go ahead and lead hook that share button. Let the people know we here, and drop the comment in the comment section. You know what I'm saying? Drop a comment in the comment section. Show us some love. You know what I'm saying? But yo, all right. So let's get to it.
All right,
Boom. Number 10. Uh
Iron
oh.
Mike Tyson. Who
Oh,
that?
hold up. My
That
fault.
don't
My
look like
fault.
that.
My
Don't look
fault. My
like that.
fault. My fault. No,
Select
no.
that.
Select the rewind. You know what I'm
Good.
saying? I'm multitasking. We gonna get. Oh, nah. Damn.
Mm-mm.
Go in here.
You lucky I don't got
I
the
got
sound effects right now. I'll be dropping all types of. I'll be shooting all type of gunshots at you. Come on, man, get it right. Bang, 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 bang.
it.
All right, there you
All right,
go.
here we go. Number
There
10.
you go. Number 10. Now,
Iron Mike Tyson.
I'm gonna tell you why Mike Tyson is number 10. I'm gonna tell you why he's on the list. First of all,
People
you
have
see
problems
those,
with that.
you see those 3 belts that he's wearing around.
Yeah.
Do you see the 2 that's around his shoulders and 1 that's around his waist? We keep
Mm-hmm.
talking about this undisputed, undisputed. He was the first heavyweight champion to wear all 3 of those belts. The first to put all 3 of those belts together. Not only was he the first to put all 3 of those belts together, but he did it by beating each champion of these who had these titles. No other heavyweight to this date has accomplished that. By beating in succession. He was the youngest heavyweight to ever do it. You understand? Then he went on to clean up who they was calling the linear champion, who was Michael Spinks, who who vacated his IBF and knocked him out in 1 round. You
Who looked
understand
like
what I'm
he
saying?
almost shitted on himself in the ring before the bell rung.
He jumped on the ground. That boy didn't want that work. So while Tyson is on the list, um, he was extremely
Why is he number
sensational.
10? Because you like the way what you just described
I'm
sound like he should be high up on the list.
Wait a minute. This is what I gotta go with. So this is why he's on the list. You understand what I'm saying? Now, when you start to look at the caliber of his opponents, okay, how many Hall of Fame fighters did he actually beat though? Okay, we know he beat 3 champions, but how many of them are going to the Hall of Fame? He beat Michael Spinks and Larry Holmes. He beat Michael Spinks after Michael Spinks had been retired for about a year and a half. He beat Larry Holmes after Larry Holmes that's an old
Was
Larry
looking
Holmes.
flabby and sick.
After he wasn't flabby and sick yet, but he was flabby. He had a couple flabs. But
How
because I
Pac
don't want
said
to,
it, he was looking flabby and
because Larry
sick.
Holmes is, I don't want to be disrespectful to Larry Holmes, because Larry Holmes actually did a lot in his older age that he doesn't get credit for. You know what I mean?
No doubt.
So we'll get into that later though. But Mike Tyson beat Larry Holmes after after 2 years. Larry Holmes hadn't had a fight. Larry Holmes had been retired since 1985 after losing to Michael Spinks in a fight he should have won. After losing that fight, he retired, and Mike Tyson beat a 30 what? How old was he? 38, 37, some shit like that. So, then he goes to jail, but he loses to Buster Douglas, never rematches Buster Douglas. See, these are key things in your legacy. You understand what I'm saying? Being able to avenge a loss is a champion caliber thing. Now, when we start to look at the other people on the list, you start to see the separation. And these aren't just stats. These aren't just numbers. We're not talking about who fought so many rounds and who, we're talking about the actual competition and the caliber. So now we're looking at the Hall of Famers that he fought. The best fighters he fought defeated him.
My bad. Go ahead, brother. I'm listening.
You know. So with that being said, in the '90s, when Mike Tyson came back from out of prison, he had a whole there was a whole pool of fighters. The '90s was a pretty decent era in boxing for heavyweights. The '90s was the last good era of heavyweight boxing, especially when Tyson left. That's when you started seeing the pool of talent, and that's when Holyfield showed us, I mean, that he was the dominant heavyweight of the '90s. Now, when Tyson returned in the '90s, when Tyson returned in the '90s, he had Riddick Bowe was around. He had Michael Moorer who was around. He had George Foreman who was around, who just knocked out Michael Moorer. You understand what I'm saying? You had There was a pool of talent that was in that heavyweight division, and then there were fighters like Ray Mercer. You know what I'm saying? There were fighters like Burt Cooper, you know, that was tough and rumble. Now, when I look at Mike Tyson, I look at his best fight. The prime Mike Tyson fight would be the two fights that he had with Razor Ruddock. That's where he fought a big, strong fighter who stood up to him. But Razor Ruddock didn't have enough. And we've seen that after that, Razor Ruddock never went on to be great. So to put Tyson, when you start to look at the list, to put Tyson any higher than number 10 will be a disjustice to a lot of the people who are on the list in front of Mike Tyson.
When I first seen, when we first were discussing it, and you made a lot of I made some of those same arguments with people discussing Mike. My question, when people rank Mike and say, well, Mike uh is the greatest heavyweight of all time, or he would have beat Ali. People say all types of ridiculous statements. My question is always, well, who did he actually beat? And like you said, there's no Hall of Famers other than Larry Holmes, Michael Spinks. Michael Spinks was already shook, like you said, coming in after a year and some change layoff. Larry Holmes was, like Pac said, flabby and sick.
Now we're not going to quote Pac on Larry Holmes, man. Now,
Listen,
that was not a flabby and sick Larry
I
Holmes.
just like the line, man. He wasn't that Larry Holmes. He wasn't the Larry Holmes. He wasn't the Larry Holmes that we knew. You know what I'm saying? He was far from his prime. You know what I'm saying? When he was dominating the heavyweight division.
All
You know
right,
what I'm
well,
saying?
listen, I want to say that that's not the Parry's position that Larry Holmes was flabby and sick. That's specifically Bomani. All right,
That was
continue.
no, that was
Continue.
Pac's position. That was Pac.
Continue. No, I'm just saying, since you're going to continue to screaming from our platform, that's all I'm saying. I just had to put that disclaimer out that the Parry has nothing but love for Larry Holmes.
Nothing but love for
I'm,
Larry Holmes,
I'm gonna
man.
leave
We
it
ain't
like
got
that.
we ain't got nothing but love for Larry Holmes, man. But end of the day, my question is always, who did Mike beat? If you're gonna have him up there ranked amongst the top one, two, three greatest heavyweights to ever do it. Because I know I can name probably nine
Wait a
fighters,
minute,
nine heavyweights that I'll
one
rank above him.
second, real quick, because I want to
Mm.
add this because I'm liking the comments that I'm seeing in the comments. Right, I'm liking this right now. Now, first of all, when you're talking about greatness and we're talking about the top 10 greatest, because you end up having a lack of motivation, because you decide you're going to stop training, or because of whatever reasons, this is a reason that will take away from your greatness. Michael Jordan is who he was because he didn't decide that he wanted to be non-motivated. Kobe Bryant was who he was. Evander Holyfield did what he did. Muhammad Ali did what they did because they did not lose lack of motivation. So to argue with that point, just to say that Mike began to deteriorate and all of this other stuff, even if that's 100% true, you have to take away from him for that. Then you still have to say, okay, well, yeah, I mean, there was guys who didn't do that and stayed the course or stayed focused and continued to train, and this is why they would be ranked higher in the list.
Number nine. Number nine.
Number 9 was almost a no brainer when you have Tyson at number 10. And then you look at somebody who Tyson admired, and then honestly, you look at someone whose career kind of, in effect, mirrored Mike Tyson, or Mike Tyson's career kind of mirrored his.
Yo, I
Jack
didn't know
Dempsey.
is one thing that you said on the video that I wasn't aware of.
Mm-hmm.
Pause. Pause this. This is just what he did. I'm not co-signing this behavior. But you said he used to put beef on his
Yeah,
face.
yeah, he just smeared beef on his face.
Smear beef, pause, on his face
He,
to toughen his skin and chew what? Pine cones? Acorns or some shit?
pines.
Toughen
Yeah,
his jaw?
he used to chew pine cones. He used to
He used
smear
to
beef
chew
on his
pine
face and
cones
chew
to
pine cones.
now before we even get in depth into why he's at number 9, is that legend or is that actual fact?
No, that's fact. His skin was tough as shit. You can even see it in pictures. And that's a fact.
He old Tom Cruise looking ass white boy over
Nah, man, you're not looking at him properly. You're looking at this picture, the photo out, man. You pull that face up, man. His shit was rugged. He had leather face. Like his
here.
shit was nah for real. That's why he didn't cut in the ring easy. Because this was the reason why he did it. And this is recorded by several. This is actually something that is recorded by a lot of historians about him that he was known to do.
I'm asking everybody,
Out there,
please
go out there and punch
reminding
on
y'all hit that
trees.
like button.
He'd go outside and punch on trees and whatnot. Like I'm not gonna lie, this was a tough dude right here. This is a
So
tough
Jack
dude.
Dempsey, you got him ranked. Now here's the question, because
Mm-hmm.
on top of this explaining why we got him ranked at number 9, you
Mm-hmm.
also got to explain why you got Jack Dempsey, or excuse me, why we have Jack Dempsey ranked above Mike Tyson.
Like I said, it was a no-brainer. You're looking at a career that Mike Tyson's career almost mirrored Jack Dempsey's in a sense. You understand what I'm saying? Jack Dempsey was the absolute first boxing superstar crossover. Like the first boxer that became a superstar outside of boxing was an American, fucking, excuse me, was an American legend, an American icon, or whatever they want to call it. You understand what I'm saying? So, um, and what Jack Dempsey did in the ring, the accomplishments that he did accomplish, you know. So when you compare him to Mike Tyson, it's like okay, it's almost splitting hairs. It's real close. It's real close. But at the end of the day, who did Mike Tyson idolize and admire? And if Mike Tyson was sitting amongst us right now, I'm pretty sure Mike Tyson would not put himself in front of Jack Dempsey.
I'm Jack Dempsey. He's no Alexander. I'm cut from
Mm-hmm.
their cloth. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So now the question is, all right. So tell us about Jack Dempsey. Tell us about his career and why is he a top 10 heavyweight of all time?
Well, first of all, like I said, he came at a time where he was what barely 6 foot. The first fight champion he knocked out. The champion was Jess Willard, who had knocked out Jack Johnson, and Duke was like 6'5" or some crazy shit like that. And like the way he broke him down and dismantled him. Then after that, the way he dismantled the light heavyweight champion who had moved up, the way he dismantled him in the next fight, and then after that, the war that he had with oh man, I can't even remember off the top of the head, but dude was a beast, man. Like he knocked my man through the ropes, man. I'm trying to remember his name. Dude dropped him and then he knocked him through the ropes and whatnot. But dude was a beast, man. And he doesn't get higher on the list to be honest with you because he didn't fight often. Tyson
Right.
fought more than him. This guy was the champ for about 4 years, and he fought and defended his title 4 times.
And this is
So
in an era where cats used to fight damn near every other week.
you know what I mean? Like every other Tuesday, it was you know what I mean.
it
It
was a,
was at it.
it was
You know
getting it
what
cracking, man. Every
you
few
know,
weeks they was in the ring, man.
exactly. No,
Nah.
literally every two weeks they would return back to the ring. So this was in that era, and he held the title for 4 years, and in that 4 years had 4 defenses. But for the advancement of boxing, him having the first $1 million gate, the way he came up in through the ranks, the dude was vicious. You understand what I'm saying? The dude was vicious. And the way he
Yo, my
captured the hearts of America, dude was vicious, man.
my brother says 64-6. Yeah, I respect it. Respect the record, but I need to see who he fought. Check out the video. I sent you the link in your inbox, Jay. You know what I mean? Check out the video we did, and you can see exactly why we got him ranked number 9, man. You know what I'm saying? I can't lie, man. Jack Dempsey was a tough ass. Never mind, man. I can't. You know what he was.
Nah,
Tough
Jack
ass white
Dempsey,
boy.
we just gonna say he was a good fighter, man. It's the Parry, B.
Nah, he was. Yeah, yeah, nah, he was not. He was a good fighter, man. He was a good fighter. Your man chewed pine cones. You know what I'm saying? Toughen up that jaw, man. And he knew how to fight dirty. You know what I'm saying? Yo, ref. Yo, the dude was complaining about a low blow, man. So he looked at the ref. He clubbed him. Bang. My man looked at the ref like, yo, man, look at your boy. Bang. Whole lot. Put him to bed. Good
Yeah,
night.
that was Jack Sharkey.
Jack Sharkey. Yeah.
He was fighting Jack Sharkey, and he hit Jack Sharkey with a low blow. The ref said something. Jack Sharkey was talking to the ref, and Dempsey hit him with the hook, put him to sleep. But yeah, but Jack Dempsey doesn't get no higher on the list because he ducked Harry Wills, you know what I mean, the black champion, which he damn near should have got stripped of the title for, being that back then the New York State Athletic Commission was the authority of when it came to the title, the heavyweight title. He was actually suspended in New York, which is why he ended up fighting Gene Tunney in Philadelphia. But Gene Tunney ended up beating him for the title anyway, and then beat him in the rematch after he came back to fight Sharkey. Then he fought Tunney again, and then Tunney beat him in the rematch.
Once
And
again, I'm
Tunney
gonna
was a
remind.
bad dude too. Tunney was
Yeah,
like
he
the
was.
first smooth boxer. He was like the first, like he was smooth. He was
I'm
smooth.
just gonna remind the people, go out and check out our video, the top 10 greatest heavyweights of all time. The Parry's top 10 greatest heavyweights is on our channel. You know what I'm saying? Like it, share it, you know what I'm saying? Comment on it, debate about it, go into your barbershops and talk about it. You know what I'm saying? Let your peoples know that list is up, and this is what, you know what I'm saying, we standing on that. You know what I mean? But now we about to get to it. So number 10 was Mike Tyson. Number 9 was Jack Dempsey. Number 8 is who I feel is a highly underrated heavyweight champion of the world. You know what I'm saying? I happened to be up here in Canada one day. You know what I'm saying? Saw my man in the club and shit. You know what I'm saying? Partying with the bunnies. But that's neither here nor there. You know what I'm saying? This dude had one of the best heavyweight reigns that I can remember. You know what I'm saying? And highly underrated. My
Yeah,
man, Lennox Lewis at number 8. Talk about it.
yeah. Lennox Lewis at number 8. Um, I mean, this is the part of the list where, in all honesty, um, anybody could be number one. You know what I'm saying? Anybody could be number one on the list. I mean, not number one. I'll say in the top 3 at this point of the list, in my personal opinion. I mean, as
Right.
crazy as that may sound, but when you look at Evander Holyfield's resume, not Evander Holy, I'm sorry, Lennox Lewis. When you look at Lennox Lewis's resume, Lennox Lewis, he came out of the Olympics. Tough fight with Riddick Bowe. I really don't think that fight should have been stopped in the Olympics with him and Riddick Bowe. It should have been continued. Riddick Bowe was actually beating him. But then he went on to destroy Razor Ruddock after Razor Ruddock had his 2 tough close calls with Mike Tyson. I ain't gonna say they was really close, but they was tough. He gave Tyson 2 tough fights. He destroyed Razor Ruddock, became the WBC champion, but still, to me, was not a champion. He was just a titleist, as we talk about, because we're talking about the belt that Riddick Bowe threw in the trash instead of taking him on as the mandatory challenger. But he was also one of the most ducked heavyweights of the '90s, because not only was he supposedly ducked by um, Riddick Bowe, but he was also supposedly ducked by Mike Tyson when Mike Tyson paid him the $2 million step aside money, which is why Mike Tyson entered the ring against Evander Holyfield without the WBC strap that he had took from Frank Bruno. So when he stepped into the ring against Holyfield, he had only had the WBA that he got from Bruce Seldon in a quote unquote liberation match. Where they were gonna have the liberated champion. But so now Lennox Lewis is carrying on with this WBC strap, gets blown away by by Oliver McCall with a punch he doesn't see even coming. Oliver throws it with his eyes closed, knocks him out. So that was pretty much Lewis comes back. After Lewis came back, that's when Lewis, to me, really showed his greatness. He came back with Emmanuel Stewart, and I think that before Emmanuel Stewart, Lewis was dangerous. He was powerful. He showed qualities, the stuff that the HBO commentators used to say about him when I would watch his early fights. When he fought, I think it was who was it? It was not Michael Weaver. Michael Weaver. When he fought Michael Weaver, you know what I'm saying? And then when he fought Razor Ruddock, just hearing George Foreman, the way he was jumping up about how great this guy. And I thought the same thing. And we're also talking about the time where Mike Tyson was away. So we were still looking for somebody looking for a new dominant, heavyweight champion. Mike Tyson leaving just left that void, but there was talent there,
Right.
and we were seeing the title switch hands. So with Lennox Lewis was one of those fighters that, because at this time, Holyfield is the champ. Lennox Lewis, Riddick Bowe, then Holyfield, then Michael Moore, and Lennox Lewis is rebuilding now with Manny Stewart. And even when he re-wins the WBC, it's still he beat the guy who beat him, but couldn't take out a guy who was crying. You know what I'm saying? So it was a lot of there was a lot of question marks with him. But finally, they were all answered when he got the fight Evander Holyfield. And this is where if he would have never got the fight Holyfield, if he didn't beat Holyfield and then continue on to do what he did after that, he would not make the top 10. I'm gonna tell you that right now. I mean, but that's a lot. But what he did after he fought Holyfield in both of those fights, then after that he went on to fight Michael Grant, who was supposed to be this heir apparent to the throne, a new big guy, destroys him. Then he goes out and beats on David Tua and cleans up all the other little guys like what's this guy Franz Botha and all these corny little guys. You know what I'm saying? He just cleans up these guys. Then he goes on to fight Tyson. Puts Tyson, even though that wasn't a Tyson that would have been the fight that we should have seen. We seen him beat up on Tyson. Then after that, we seen him fight the white boy, win, but barely win, and then retire. And then we seen Klitschko go on to be a dominant champion after him.
Like you pointed out in the video, that man beat everybody he got into the ring with, even if it took a rematch. That says a lot for me, for one. And when I think about Lennox Lewis, the first thing I think about is that probably next to Larry Holmes, we talking about the best jab in heavyweight boxing history. He had a beautiful jab that he set up to throw that thunderous right hand that put people to sleep. He crumbled Mike with that right hand. We seen Mike get beat up. I ain't never seen Mike whole body just leave his soul just leave his body from a right hand, man. Set up by a nice jab. Boop, boop. Put that boy to bed. Now, Lennox Lewis, somebody was like, well, I saw somebody in the comment section say, well, you got him, how you gonna put him above Dempsey and Mike? Like, come on. Well, this is how I look at it, man. Certain instances, you can't put a fighter who was defeated by another fighter over them, right? Except in the case of maybe somebody like Joe Louis losing to Rocky Marciano. You know what I'm saying? Like they said it coming to America. Look, Joe Louis was 135 years old when he fought. You know what I'm saying? But in this case, Lennox Lewis, he beat the hell out of Mike. He beat up Mike. He beat Mike so bad at the interview, Mike wiping blood off his face. That broke my heart as a Mike Tyson fan. That man, that broke my heart to see that man reduced to that. He was just over there. He like, come here, let me,
You know, that's
let me wipe that blood off your face. Listen, man, Lennox Lewis, I think honestly could be higher on this list,
like I
in
said,
my
at this
opinion.
part of the list, anybody to me could be no lower than number 3. Everybody at this part of the list.
And I will say this is a he's number 8, but it's a respectable number 8. Like can't cut him, can't don't diminish his greatness because he's at number 8.
Think
Like
about this.
Lennox Lewis was a great heavyweight champion.
Think about this. He toured around the 90s, right? With only one defeat in the 90s, right? He never got to stand at the top of the heap, but he was always there in that in those three, 3 fighters away in that mix. You understand what I'm saying? When he finally got his opportunity, he showed improved.
Absolutely, absolutely. Shout out Lennox Lewis, number 8 on the Parry's list of the greatest heavyweights of all time.
Lennox Lewis.
Now, Lennox Lewis. I please, man. I urge everyone that's watching this, or if you haven't had a chance yet, go and check out the video, the Parry's top 10 greatest heavyweights of all time. I promise you, you'll be entertained, educated, and may I say the production is top notch. You know what I'm saying? So I urge y'all to go watch it, have the discussions, the debate, like, comment, share, do all of that stuff. You know what I'm saying, for your brothers. Now we get into the nitty gritty. Number 7. Number 7. Smoking Joe Frazier.
Like I said, when you get to this part of the list, you just he could be high on the list if you want to argue. Smoking Joe Frazier was wow. His amateur career, he literally lost 2 fights to the same fighter. And in the second fight, he actually should have beat that fighter, but he was 2 points was taken away from him in a 3-round fight for low blows when the fighter Buster Mathis had hiked his shorts up because
The
he was
shorts
came
up.
in all fat looking and flabby. Now he was looking flabby and sick. You know what I'm saying? Hiked his joints up, and the ref called a low blow in the second round, which ultimately took
He was looking like
um,
Butterbean, but like kidney
took
bean or something.
he took 2 points from Joe Frazier, which ultimately resulted in Joe Frazier losing the title. But here was the irony: that particular fight, was for the Olympic trials, or to go to Mexico. That was for the fight to go to Mexico, and or was it Tokyo? It was Tokyo that year, wasn't it? Yeah, it was.
I believe so. Yeah, it was
It was
Tokyo.
Tokyo.
Yeah.
Pardon me, it was Tokyo. So they was going. So that was got him to the fight to Tokyo. So now he ends up getting hurt. Mathis gets hurt, and now Joe Frazier takes his place and just rips through everybody. Just literally rips through everybody and becomes the gold medalist that year. And then goes on to have one of the greatest, illest professional runs. Like, see, we grew up in the Tyson era, so we know about Tyson. But if we grew up in the Joe Frazier era, we would have knew about Joe Frazier at this time like this. You understand what I'm saying? Joe Frazier was literally terrorizing the heavyweight division, running through fighters, literally with the left hook, just coming through with that bob. He had the illest bob and weave and just catching you with that, and then it was just crazy. It was amazing. And what he did to Ali in their first fight was an embarrassment. If you watch that fight, it was a complete embarrassment.
You see some of Mike Tyson's style and some of Joe Frazier's style in Mike Tyson. That that bob and weave, getting in close. I mean, Mike had definitely a lot of his hands was a lot quicker, feet was a lot quicker, had better upper body movement in the sense of his ability to slip punches. But that peekaboo style, um, Joe Frazier was a master at it, man. And that left hook, man, was it was something deadly, man. But go ahead, finish your point.
My point was just, Joe Frazier went on to after the fight with Ali, which, like I said, he embarrassed Ali. You know what I'm saying? Like, you was watching the fight after the fight with Ali. Um, you know, he went on to fight Foreman, and that was a bit too much for him. But Ali was the fighter that 3 fights with Ali, and it's unfortunate because Ali really only won one of them fights.
I'm going to disagree with you on that one, but go ahead.
And that was the third one. Well, I mean, we could have this, discussion another time, but in all fairness, regardless of if you think Ali won or not, I think Ali should have been penalized and possibly even disqualified for his excessive holding. He completely held and made sure that Foreman could not touch him in that second fight. The way he grabbed on the back of his neck. And then the saddest part about it was when the referee was asked about it, he said, well, according to him, the rules is holding. As long as he didn't hit him while he was holding, there was no reason to penalize him. When we know that holding is not, excessive holding can get you disqualified in the fight. So the way Ali was holding him, and it was just atrocious. And it was a disjustice to Joe Frazier, unfortunately, in that particular fight. Regardless if you thought Ali was able to pull the fight off or not, it was still a just justice. And anyone who thinks otherwise, just go watch the fight and then tell me I'm bugging. That's all I'm gonna say to that. But Joe Frazier never was able to win the title again. But what he did on his march to the title was just ridiculous. And the reason why he doesn't get higher on the list is because once he lost the title, outside of his fights with Ali, and in the rematches with a couple of the guys he beat up on his way up, like Buster Mathis and Jimmy Ellis. There
And
was
Jimmy
no real,
Ellis, the war he had against Quarry.
there was no.
He had look, man. Joe Frazier could easily be higher on this list. Like you said, I didn't think about it, but how you phrased it, from 8 on, any of these guys can be in the top 3.
Absolutely, at least number 3. Any of the guys. Once we got to Lennox Lewis, that, like I said, this is the part of the list where, as it seems like you're still low on the list, but the reality of it is the richness of these fighters, and it becomes hard to even really say, because now you got to look at certain elements. Now you got to look at how long they held the title. You got to look at who they actually beat. You got to look at what they did to get there. How, there's a lot of elements you got to really look at when you start coming to making this list right now. But I do think that this list is a righteous list. And right now, Joe Frazier is the 10th greatest heavyweight that ever lived. Seventh
The
greatest
7,
heavyweight. Seventh greatest heavyweight that ever lived in the top 10 greatest heavyweights.
according to the Parry, and our list is probably the most valid. I'm just saying. You know what I'm saying? Like Ring Magazine, get up out of here. You know what I'm saying? But let me just remind, you know what I'm saying, the supporters to please jab that like button, uppercut that subscribe button, go ahead and lead hook that share button, and drop the comment in the comment section. You can follow us on Twitter and Instagram at the Parry 101. You can follow us on TikTok at the.parry.101. You can follow us on Thread at the Parry 101. Pretty much all social media platforms. You know what I mean? And just once again, just want to thank people who supporting us. Shout out to the God True. I see you. You know what I mean? Shout out to everybody that's showing us love and support. And we growing. Yo, Che, we growing, right? This channel was, we growing slowly but surely. There's only one place we gonna go. You know what I'm saying? Right now, we about, you know what I'm saying, we probably somewhere along the Mike, in between Mike Tyson and Joe Frazier, as far as heavyweight rankings go in this.
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm number 1. Parry's number
Nah,
1.
I'm just no, I know.
I
I'm just saying.
don't know
I'm
what you're
listen,
talking
man. I'm
about.
just saying.
Come
Of
on, we
course, we
gotta
know
get
we
back
number
to this
one.
list. Back to the list. Let's get back to this
Hold on,
list.
we got one more spot left. I just wanted to say, right now, I'm just saying, like, people gonna understand that eventually we gonna be at the top of the list. We know we at the top already.
So let's get back to this list.
Let's get back to the list. At number 6, the last. Well, remember this is part 1 of the video of 10 top 10 greatest heavyweights, where we did 6 through 10. We'll be dropping two later on this week, and that's numbers 1 through 5. So at number 6, there you go, Big George Foreman.
I mean, it only makes sense. It only makes sense we put George Foreman in the 6th spot, especially when we come back and you see the 5 through 1 spots. In all honesty, that's really when you really see where it makes sense, and that's for the next episode. But George Foreman had one of the biggest runs, that one of the most devastating knockout streaks, and like terror. He was such a terror in boxing. He pretty much scared the whole heavyweight division. The way he destroyed Joe Frazier for the title was scary. But he had a small amateur career. I think he had like maybe 20 amateur fights. He was like 14-6 and went on to become the gold medalist. And he's the one who went over to Mexico and won the gold medal in Mexico, And George Foreman was definitely a problem. And then here's the thing about George Foreman. 20 years after he lost the title to Muhammad Ali, he knocked out Michael Moore and regained the title. So
George Foreman had one of the most interesting careers in heavyweight history, all things considered. You go from being one of the most feared fighters in the history of the sport, right? I'm talking every time he got into it, I'm pretty sure every opponent that he had, they wives was looking at them like, don't do this. Like how Rocky White was like, you can't win.
yeah, when he fought Drago, right?
Yeah, like
Drago, right?
Everybody thought Muhammad Ali was gonna get killed by this man.
Yeah,
And
I
that's only
remember asking my
because
father about that. My father said, "Man, I thought Ali was gonna get hurt. I thought he was gonna hurt Ali." You know what I'm saying?
he lifted Joe Frazier, our number 7 fighter, off his feet with a shot, man.
Factuals. Literally took him off his feet. His feet lifted off the canvas. It looked like he
Off
bounced
the
him.
canvas.
It looked
Yeah.
like literally like he looked like he bounced him.
Looked like your man was doing calf
that was
raises
some
in the ring, man.
crazy dynamics. That was the physics of that. The physics of what when he hit him, the physical mechanics that took place after that, insane.
Like I don't. George Foreman was a machine. He went in there and it looked effortless. Like he wasn't the fastest, but when he hit you, it just looked like you might not be the same after that. So you go from the most feared fighter, right, to retiring, like you said, going from went to turn into a preacher to a punching preacher. You came back in your 40s. Not just, and you ain't look the same like how you looked when you retired.
He
Ain't like he came back.
He looked like my man from Punch Out, the hippo dude. You know what I mean?
He looked like somebody's uncle that was in the back making barbecue at the cookout, man.
He looked like King Hippo. He came back there looking like King Hippo from Tyson Punch Out.
He had the big belly, bald head, and he went from being the most feared to people didn't know whether to take him serious or not when he came back.
Well, you got to figure he went around and was a preacher all them years.
Right.
Like he left the ring, like he left boxing and became a preacher. Even when he came back, his first fight back, he beating the brakes off of this dude, and then he sitting there, don't want to knock him out. He begging the ref to stop the fight. The ref like, man, go do your job, put him down.
Who was the fighter that we used in the clip where my man he hit him with the uppercut and walked off? Was that Cooney?
That was Cooney.
Cooney, right?
That was Cooney. Look, destroyed him.
Yo, destroyed him. I'm gonna say this, like, we wasn't born when George Foreman was in his prime, in his heyday, doing his thing.
I seen that
But
fight. That was on HBO. That fight was on HBO though.
no, no, no. I know, no, that one I'm talking. I'm just saying, like in his prime, in his heyday, like in his picture. You know what I'm saying? We wasn't alive and around to see him in his prime, in his heyday, where he was one of the, probably the most feared men on the planet. But I will say, when he came back in his 40s, man, that was I was highly entertained by that George Foreman. And even at that age, when he hit people, bro, like I couldn't help with some of them fights and some of them shots be like, ooh, like that boy. They say power is the last thing to leave you, right? First would be your speed or your reflexes.
First is your timing, then it's your
Yeah,
speed.
your timing, then your speed, your power. They said the last that his power. He's 70 something years old now, and I still wouldn't want to take a punch from George Foreman. You know what I'm saying? I still
I
wouldn't
say,
want to take a punch from George.
I say this, George Foreman lost to Muhammad Ali, and what Muhammad Ali fought was the perfect fight. Muhammad Ali did a lot of holding. He put his arms out a lot, was really smothered a lot of the shots. Like he put his arms in front of him a lot when he was on the ropes. He did the lean back. He grabbed him by the back of the neck a lot, which caused him not to really have the leverage of his punches. If you really pay attention, Ali did his thing in that fight. Stood up with him and out muscled him and out hustled him in that fight throughout most of that fight. You know what I'm saying? It was only for like a couple of rounds that Ali just really just leaned back and let him wail on him. And then shortly after that, he came and mopped him up. You understand what I'm saying? But with that being said, Muhammad Ali fought the perfect fight and never, ever gave him a rematch. Now, the reason I'm always, and let's be honest, do you really think Ali could have fought the perfect fight twice? Now, you really think he would have Foreman would have fell for that same shit twice after being able to analyze it? We're not going to Africa this time. We Madison Square Garden. Come on, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no way. I'm not saying he couldn't have won again. I'm saying there's no way it would have been the same fight again. And that right there. And then even with the rematch negotiations, a lot of stuff was sketchy. Because Foreman had who? Dick Tiger. That was his trainer. So
Yeah, pause.
so nah, the Dick Tiger was his trainer, and dude was dude what's his name? He Ali Foreman claims to this day that Dick Tiger poisoned him in that. He's an asshole. He's an asshole. But he said that Dick Tiger poisoned him in that he said that Ali wouldn't give him a rematch unless he rehired Dick Tiger to be in his corner.
How you think an Ali Foreman rematch would have played out?
I don't know. That's one of those really what ifs, and that's like the five greatest rematches. That's on that list. That's on the list of the five greatest rematches that never happened, because
Go check out our video. Go check
that's
out that
what
video on our channel.
that's one of
Dope
them
video.
fights right there that could Ali could have possibly won because Ali was that great, but Ali didn't want to do that though. Ali did not want to get his man a rematch. I
They
don't think
blame
Ali
him.
was scared of any fighters, and Ali even fought some tough fighters and some fighters that gave him problems. He fought Frazier again, and he fought Norton again. So with that said, he fought tough guys after that, but he didn't give Frazier a rematch. And Frazier after that went on to continue to terrorize the division. He went on to
Frazier or
knock out
Foreman
Frazier again. Like remember, Foreman knocked out Frazier again after that. And the fight
after
that
that.
he knocked, and here's the thing, listen, he knocked out Frazier. The winner of that fight was supposed to go on to fight Ali. And somehow Frazier ended up going on to fight Ali after Foreman knocked out Frazier.
Whatever happened to Jimmy Young? That's the dude who knocked who pretty much retired Foreman at that time, right?
Yeah, well, Jimmy Young was he fought him like Ali almost did. He was fast. He showed how to outbox him, but shit, Jimmy Young wasn't. He wasn't no. He was a fringe contender, to say the least. He was tough. He had a nice style, but you know he didn't beat nobody great.
So
The
let's
greats
let's
beat
let's
him.
so let's
Well, he
give the
beat Foreman.
rundown.
That's the great he beat. So I'll give him that. But go ahead.
So let's give the rundown of 10 through 6. Mike Tyson, Jack Dempsey, Lennox Lewis, Joe Frazier, and George Foreman. Did I forget
Indeed,
anybody?
indeed. Nah, that's the list. And I can speculate 1 through 5, but we about to drop that. So just look for the 1 through 5 about to drop. But
Now, I just asked
I
people
don't
in the
think it's what
comment
y'all think.
section.
I don't think it's what y'all think it's gonna be though. But go ahead. You asked me
I'm
in the
listen,
comment
man.
section.
Well, wait till y'all see. Wait till y'all see. You know what I'm saying? It's number 5 through 1 as we work backwards. But um, if you feel like there was a fighter that shouldn't be in the lower half and the bottom half of this top 10 list, maybe they should be higher. Is it somebody we missing that you think probably should be mentioned in the top 10, but maybe not a top 5? Put it in the comment section. Let us know. But guess what? We the Parry over here, and we're probably right. Nah, with all due respect, once again, I'm going to ask people to jab that like button, uppercut that subscribe button, lead hook that share button, drop the comment in the comment section. You know what I'm saying? Go out and check our latest video, top 10 heavyweights of the Parry, the Parry's top 10 heavyweights of all time, part 1. Part 2 will be dropping soon. You know what I'm saying? I got to do my little 1-2 on there to add some seasoning to it. And then we're going to put that out for the people. You know what I'm saying? But I think we get before, I think we discussed our list. I think we let people know where we stand on that. But is there any other boxing news we need to get into before we get up out of here?
Yeah,
Go ahead.
there, there's the Shakur fight coming up, which
Thursday, a Thursday night fight.
Thursday night fight. Not really. They're saying that the fight ain't really selling many tickets. This is a big move for Shakur. Like, this is a big moment, I should say. Shakur has to be spectacular. He has to be nothing less than sensational. You understand what I'm saying? There's already rumors, and I don't know. I think it might just be hype that he's looking bad in the gym or bad in sparring or whatever. He got hurt sparring. So I'm thinking, you know, if he's anything less than sensational in this fight, his stock is gonna drop drastically, and he's already behind the pack as far as his peers go, and he's the one that everybody is saying is the one. Excuse me, shit. But as far as his peers go, he's already been surpassed by all of his major peers in accomplishments.
He's not even fighting on pay-per-view yet.
Well,
Everybody else.
that's the more business side of it. I'm just
But that's a
talking
thing
about
now. But
business. I'm
that's a
talking
thing
about,
now is my
but
point.
but I know it is, but I'm not really. I'm really talking about what he's done in the ring as far as getting any type of hardware and things of that nature. Because pay-per-view, yeah, but no. You understand what I'm saying? Like that
Well,
that
this will
that that
be
only comes into play when now you start talking about who who getting the lion's share of the purse and all that type of shit.
well, he would have done something that Devin Haney, uh, Teofimo, Tank, that none of them would have done yet. And this is not minimizing any of their accomplishments. He would be a 3 division. He would have been a world champion in 3 different weight classes. Now, Devin Haney fought at 135 his whole career up until this fight with Regis at 140. He was undisputed, so that's something that none of them have done. He was undisputed at 135, but him capturing this WBC belt over La Granada, my man Edwin De Los Santos, but make him a 3 division world champion, something that Tank hasn't done. I think Tank is only a 2 division world champion, and if he even, I think he got like the super titles or something. I don't even know. But and Devin Haney was undisputed, so but he only fought in one division. So I'll give Shakur respect for that, moving up each weight class, capturing the title. But here's my thing about this fight. I don't know, man. I feel like the I'm starting to feel like this kid Edwin may actually give Shakur more problems than he want.
I mean, that's the nice hype that they're trying to sell the fight. To me, there's no reason for us to think that. But continue. There might be
Nah.
some logic to what you're saying.
Nah. I mean, maybe I'm buying into the hype because that's really what I was really about to say. I feel like I'm starting to buy into the hype a little bit.
Yeah,
This
a little
kid
bit.
might actually give
The way he
Shakur
did the
some
pull up
problems.
and all of that,
But
Dominicanos
they
is hype.
the Dominicans, shout out to our Dominicanos, you know what I'm saying? They like to comment in the comment section, particularly on that video that we did about the quick jab that we did on Edward De Los Santos versus Shakur Stevenson. Like a lot of people from Dominican Republic has been commenting on that video, and they started. I don't know. Maybe I'm sold. A lot of people feeling like Shakur gonna be in for a surprise. The kid do got some power. I will say he do look really big for a 135er. But when I saw them face off, they actually like really close in height. I gotta look at the other stats in regards to like reach and all of that. But the kid is fucking, excuse me, the kid is jacked. You know what I mean? He looks pretty solid for the weight class. He got some pop. Um, and I think I'm hoping for a good fight. I'm hoping that somebody raises Shakur's, make him step to that next level.
Yeah, I'm gonna be
To
honest
really,
with you. If it's this guy, is actually gonna make him lose stock. I don't think you understand. If Shakur doesn't come out here and watch this kid, he's gonna lose stock. If he's in a life or death struggle, if he's gonna have to get off the canvas and come back, he's gonna actually lose his stock. We're not looking at somebody who he's not fighting one of his peers. He's not fighting a fighter who's special.
right. I can agree with that. If this kid, but we don't really know how good Edwin De Los Santos is. Like, I mean, Venezuela was a decent fighter. He beat the brakes. He put him out. And if he comes in there, and then he look at the same time, it's about how serious this. My man come from Dominican Republic. He's hungry. You know what I'm saying? Determined to come in there and change his life and his family's life. This is a huge opportunity, and we know about that Buster Douglas effect. His moms ain't passed, but when somebody fighting for something, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but at the end of the day, if that's gonna be the case, then Shakur is not special. He doesn't belong in the group. Then he's just hype. Bottom line, if this kid comes out and defeats Shakur, if he comes out and beats Shakur, then Shakur is not who we thought he was. That's just what it is.
Nah, see, I disagree with that. That's ridiculous, man. This kid could just be that good. This kid could just be that good. No? yo, the kid could just be that good, man. We don't know. We haven't seen him in the ring with nobody of this caliber. And sometimes it takes a level of opponent to bring the best out of you. This kid
will lose his second or third fight after. If he beats Shakur, he'll lose his second or third fight after beating Shakur. Fighting a Tank or a Haney. Or any of the other top guys that could be around. Most likely. It just is.
He's looking like he gonna need to move up soon because that kid.
If you pay this kid is not gonna beat. This kid is not gonna beat Shakur.
No, I don't believe so. I don't believe so. I just hope it's a good fight.
Shakur beats this kid is what's gonna count. Yeah, I mean, Shakur is a different caliber fighter. I don't know if you're talking about the same Shakur that I've been following and watching fight and whatnot. So or if maybe you did buy into some of the hype of the fight. or maybe this is just your genuine feelings, but there's no way, absolutely no way, this kid should be giving Shakur any problems in this ring. I'm just gonna be honest.
Honestly, I just like messing with you, man, because I know how you feel about Jersey. You know what I'm saying? I know you like.
It's, it's not so much the Jersey thing though, because we got fighters. You know, we had fighters that I didn't. There's fighters I didn't care for. I don't want to mention their names, but yeah, I mean, there's fighters I didn't really care for that came out of Jersey. You know what I'm saying?
But Shakur is special, like you said.
Shakur is
This is
special
look.
though, man.
If Shakur was from Brooklyn, trust me.
Like Shakur rep the
You know,
bricks and all, but you know,
if Shakur was from Brooklyn, couldn't nobody tell me nothing. But I'm being honest about. But
I
I can only
understand,
be
but I
honest.
can't hold that position from this platform. I'm not
But I can
holding
only
that position here.
I can only be honest about the kid though, man. And it's like yo,
But he
what
won
I
a
need from
though. But he won
what I
a
need from him,
mm-hmm.
what I need from him is to be more like Tank Davis. Meaning, shut the hell up, man. Stop doing interviews. Stop getting on the podcast.
I think he needs I think he needs. See, he got Bob Arum, and that's the problem. Bob Arum don't got no type of program that's proper that anybody gonna listen to after his whole Floyd Mayweather debacle. You know what I'm saying? But he definitely needs some type of press guy, some people to explain to him. You know what I'm saying? Explain to him that. So
he doesn't come off genuine and sincere when he's explaining some of these certain situations in the press. He do a lot of deflecting. Some of it look like and seem like cap. Then he want to be cursing out the reporters like, oh, y'all love Devin Haney because this, that. Look, man. Look, the reality is you made a decision for your career that people are scrutinizing. And it's all fair.
Absolutely.
It's all fair. Now, you can just give us the facts on what happened and keep it moving. But what you shouldn't do is get upset and start insulting reporters and claiming reporters to be biased. No. People are just reporting what they know to be, reporting information that they are aware of. And you was given an opportunity to fight for Undisputed, which somebody went and did some research. Man, I don't know how true this is because I ain't do it on my own. But they saying the offer that he received to fight for Undisputed is the best offer that anybody has received to fight at Undisputed, as far as the challengers concerned. So, 25%.
I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know if that's true either.
I'm not
just
even
saying.
Going to run with that. I don't even know if that should have been repeated.
I don't know if that's true. I don't know if that's true. What I'm saying is, it's not too shit. Of course, Jersey. We know. We know you're gonna doubt it, Jersey.
That's how you look at it. Wait, give me a source. Give me the source. Tell me. Give me the source.
I just heard it, man.
Give me the source that make me not doubt it. Give me a source.
I'm not
look, man.
The first thing I said was I don't know if it's true. It's the first thing I said. I don't know.
Then why we even?
But however,
that means it's a rumor though.
Come on, man. Listen, man. Everything could be a rumor. The 25% could be a rumor. You know, it all could be a rumor. We don't know. I'm just speaking information that's out there.
But that's a rumor that both of them at least agree on.
Come on, man. End of the day, it's an offer that even other fighters are saying he should have took.
And other fighters are saying he shouldn't have. So I mean,
come on, man. You talking about Floyd Mayweather? Look, we're not doing this. We're not doing this.
I didn't.
We're not doing this. We're not doing this.
So yeah, Mike Tyson might have knocked Joe Frazier out. But anyway, go ahead. Back to what you were saying.
Yeah, man. I'm about to raise up out of here. You know what I'm saying? But want to remind people once again to go ahead and check out our video. You know what I mean? The top 10 greatest heavyweights of all time. The Parry. You know what I mean? Classic video. Like I said, just from the production alone and the way it was put together was, you know what I'm saying, something amazing. The Parry, we're going to continue to drop nothing but fire content. Check out legendary profiles from the Parry, Terry Norris. Shout out to everybody who done supported that vid. I think we up to like 1.3. You know what I'm saying? We doing modest numbers over here. It's all good. You know what I'm saying? But shout out to those who checked that out and enjoyed that. We got more profiles, legendary profiles coming out. I can tell you we got, just, I don't want to spoil nothing, but, we got a couple, Juan Manuel Marquez, the James Tonys, and, a few other guys that we floating around out there to put out some legendary profiles on. You know what I mean? So be on the lookout for that. And, yeah, man.
You got the Hector Camacho one coming?
Again, man, somebody I know.
You got the
Somebody,
Camacho
somebody,
one coming?
man, listen, man, somebody I know told me, you know what I'm saying, Chi get the yayo. You know what I'm saying? They served my man. He said that hard boiled. Yo, you stupid.
Rest in peace. Rest in peace. Hector Camacho.
Camacho.
Yeah, Chi had the yayo. He came to the ring too. He said,
yeah.
He said, yeah, man, Livingston Brando. You know what I mean? He said, all y'all niggas. You know what I mean? That's what he said. And Don King behind him. Yeah, buddy, it's about your time. He ain't beat not one of them either.
Any parting words before we raise up out of here, my G?
Nah, just go check out go check out the 5 greatest rematches and the 10 greatest top 10 heavyweights of all time, part 1. Check out the legendary profile on Terry Norris. Check out the shorts. All of it is bananas. All of his boxing is all for the boxing enthusiasts, the fanatic, the die hard, the kill hard. You know what I'm saying? This for the kill hard boxing fans. You heard?
Well, once again, from the Parry, we don't duck or pull no punches, and the Parry is fundamental to boxing. This is the Parry. I'm your brother Bomani UFG.
And I am the Pragmatic Blak.
Remember to hit that like button, subscribe, all of that. We up out of here. We appreciate you. Until next time, we up out of here.
Actually, now we're going to show you how to catch the jab. Actually, in boxing, it's called parrying.